Hey party people, and welcome back to MVM. And today I have something special going on here. One of my most anticipated Kickstarter games is here in the building. I also have a designer, and this is Earth Under Siege Flashpoint by Dark Horizon Games. It's coming to Kickstarter very soon. And I decided for this preview, hey, let's bring in the designer, not too far away. He said, hey, I'll come up, and the game didn't stink, so I decided to make sure that he did come up. I had to play it beforehand. If it wasn't good, I wasn't going to bring you here. I just want to let you know that.
Much appreciated.
All right, so this is Steve Kozlowski of Dark Horizon Games, man. Thanks for coming.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, so we're gonna be playing a little bit of this game to kind of show you both of the elements. But this right here, Earth Under Siege Flashpoint, once again, 1 to 4 player game, 90 minutes to 2 hours with a scenario. It's got a campaign to it, but it also has 2 elements to it. It's got kind of a covert ops, kind of Rainbow Six-ish version of the game, but then it also has a horde mode. And I'm going to try to split it so you can see a little bit of both. Today we're going to be playing through one of the first missions of the campaign, a little bit of it, so you can see those elements, the stealth elements, and the escalation, and all those different things. But then we're going to go into that horde mode part. So let's just go ahead and start with a couple little questions here.
Sure.
Where did this game come from? Like, you are new to the design scene, so what's up?
I am. I did do some freelance design back in the day, many years ago. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed writing rules. I just
You enjoyed writing rules.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. I like it. It's like writing a book or something. You're just feeling it all come out of you. You know, it's great. But so I'd always kind of wanted to do something for a long time, and it's just it was never the right time. Yeah. And now it is. And so this I just kind of popped in my head one day. That there's not a lot of stealth games out there, not board game wise. And at the time when I started creating this, all that existed was pretty much V Commandos. Okay. And now there's a couple more others out there, but there is no real like sci-fi stealth.
Yeah, there's like more like attacky. Yeah, I was gonna say that is something that doesn't have a lot of substance out there. Not a lot. Okay, so here we are. We are basically the resistance. We are fighting off against aliens, and then also another faction of people that have decided to join them. Aliens came out of nowhere. The Vordmach decided to, basically join them. Probably doing some like, hey, you make a deal, take out humanity, and you get the leftovers. You get the leftovers. I don't know.
He's not spoiling the story.
Right, he's not spoiling the story. But here we are. We are at a base, and we are trying to basically get some intel, take out some things, and get the heck out of there. But we want to not be seen as much as possible. We actually have an escalation track we're trying to keep as low as possible, low key. Without getting that trigger and that alarm. But there will be some intense moments where we are kind of walking the line a little bit here.
For sure.
Right? So let's go ahead and just kind of introduce our characters real quick. You have
Lieutenant Hicks, team leader.
Okay, and then I have Kyle Trickshot Moss. I like my middle name. Yeah. Trickshot Moss. He's kind of the assassin. He has a blade. Of course he has a blade. And then you have Billy No Mates. Okay.
Yeah, Billy No Mates.
No Mates. He basically is the sniper, and he's a squad member. So he's like our controlled character, but not necessarily, he's not like my character specifically. He has some different things going on. But for solo players like myself who play campaign games pretty much solo, you have ways of playing this by yourself by having these mates here. They get the sweet perks, but they don't have a deck of cards like we do to play around with. All right. So let's go ahead and just get started on a turn.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so normally you begin each round with the refresh phase, but you do skip that on the first round, so we're not going to go over that right now. So you go straight to the operative phase on the first round, and in the operative phase, you can take your actions in any order you want. Yeah. Hicks could take an action, then Kyle could take an action, then Hicks could take another one, then Billy could take one, whatever you want to do. Yep. And one thing to notice here on the board is each operative has 6 action tokens, 3 movement and 3 order. Now you could take all 6 of those actions in one round if you wanted to, but you normally only get 3 back at the beginning of the round. So you've got to kind of manage your actions. You don't want to get in a position where you can't react to the situation. I'm just going to go ahead and start off. And I'm going to start with Hicks to do a movement action. In order to do that, I have to exhaust one of my movement tokens. And as part of a movement action, I can open or close a door for free at any point. So we'll open the door here in our insertion point, and then Hicks can move up to 2 zones, and he's going to go ahead and move 2 full zones. Now, what happens here is when you step in this hallway, he draws line of sight to one of these blips. And these blips represent the enemies that we know where they are, we don't know what they are. Yeah. So when we draw a line of sight to a blip, we have to draw a spawn card to find out what they are.
By the way, what is the enemy? Just kind of explain the human elements here. What are the Vortmach?
The Vormach are a terrorist organization that for some reason are working with the Zethan invaders. We don't know a lot about why, but that will become clear in the campaign.
Okay.
But yes, they are willingly working with the Zethan.
Okay, so let me not like mess you up here. You draw a card here.
Yes.
Oh, you got that. Just go ahead and
Yeah,
grab that one. That's fine. We had a card set out. Let's just go ahead and ruin the surprise there. We had a card set out here. All right.
So when we draw the spawn card here, and it says that it is Vormach grunts. When you draw the spawn card, you look at the enemy card, and it'll tell you how many figures to spawn here in their spawn value. If in the case of Vormach grunts, you spawn 2 figures. So we will place 2 of these in the zone. And this all spawn cards also have a spawn event, and this one says that you spawn an extra figure in the zone. So we will place an extra figure there. Now, as we mentioned, this is a stealth-based game. These enemies are not aware of us. Hicks is hiding in the shadows. He's hiding behind some stuff.
Hicks is not officially hiding in the shadows because he has his hand pointed at the enemy.
Kind of
I'm
standing
not
right in the middle of the
necessarily
zone.
sure.
He's like, these guys right here.
Yeah, these guys are right there.
I want to kill them. So you know, in order to keep them unaware of us, we do have to make a stealth check.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you notice on our board here, we have 4 different characteristics. We have attack, defense, science, and stealth. So in this case, I will be needing to make a stealth check, and your stat shows you how many dice you roll to make that check. So Hicks has 3 white dice to roll. The target number for the check is equal to the highest perception value of any enemies that can see us. The Vormach grunts have a 2. The camera, though, has a 4. So I need to make a 4 in order to make this check. Now, one thing that Jeremy mentioned earlier is we do have a strategy card called Black Op. And what that means is we're very good at stealth. We have cut the power from outside the building, and we have concealment, which gives us 2 free automatic successes to our stealth check. So
While he's rolling those, I'm going to just kind of say this to you. So there's different setups. So like, let's say that you can enter a mission as Black Ops. You can do espionage. You can do breach and clear. So you got that Rainbow Six style. You got, you know, your Splinter Cell style. And then you got like, just like XCOM, you got all these different types of styles, but some are set up a specific way. This one, we just happen to be playing Black Ops for the first mission. So you got a little bit of house advantage. And within those decks, they even have specific gear that you distribute to the different characters.
yeah, each strategy comes with its own gear deck that you can distribute it however you want with your team.
This is so in my wheelhouse, guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No problem. So I rolled fantastic here. I mean, this is an amazing roll.
Yeah, you
so
did.
I got way more than the successes I needed. So they are not aware of my presence, and I am still staying hidden, even though I'm standing right in the middle of the zone.
Okay, so you took those 2 moves. Are you gonna move again?
Yeah, I'll move again.
Yeah,
Just go ahead and move. I'm gonna head down this way.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start joining you. So I'm gonna move myself as well. I'm gonna move 2. We're gonna go. Ooh, reaching. Who knew my arms wouldn't be long enough? 1, 2, and I'm gonna make my stealth check, which actually has 4 dice.
Yep.
Okay. Now, other things that I can do on my turn, when I take order actions, I can play cards. We can do all kinds of different stuff here, but we're going to try to keep it a little light here while I roll an awesome roll.
Yep,
okay.
look at that.
I'm going to get myself down here as well and join you. Now, I'm doing this simply because I want to show you how people stack up. Like I said, if you played a game like Rainbow Six video game, you are kind of trying to move together. Stay tight. You don't want to give away your position. Certain characters, you may not care about that,
right.
but this is clearly a mission where we want to stay quiet.
Right.
So I'm going to bring all our people here, and now I'm using Billy. Billy has the same amount of actions as we do. We have a support token that we can use, and he also has a specific ability that he can use once per round. So you still have all the nice little perks. Their weapons, you can give them awesome weapons and things like that. Very low rules, though. I'm going to go ahead and move Billy as well so he can catch up with us. 1, 2, and Billy's going to have 4 dice to roll as well. Now, everybody has a different setup for their different actions, so it's not like everybody rolls 4 or everybody rolls 3. His is 3, both of ours is 4. Okay, so let me see here. We're going to go with, ooh, I only needed 2.
You only needed 2, so you got it.
Let's need 2. But what could I do if I didn't roll well?
If you fail a check, once per failed check, you can discard a card to gain a reroll. Now, because squad members don't actually have decks, any other player can discard one of their cards to reroll for them.
So you still get that action. So I'm going to go ahead and move them again. All right, cool. Now I could actually stop taking actions with him and just kind of stay back and let him chill and be kind of the backup there. There are ways that you can conceal and cover and things like that. You can kind of sit back and do an Overwatch action, so somebody can wait, and then you can shoot on off turns. We could go deep into what this game has. Very tactics heavy, but we're right here. What are we going to do? Are you going to let me do my thing?
Well, I figure you just want to kind of fight this guy.
Yeah,
so
let's go. Let me do my thing.
Guy.
Let me do my thing. All right, so I'm going to use my last movement. I'm going to move into the line of sight here. Now, we are going to, now that I'm in the line of sight, I'm going to pull a card and see what we get.
We get a Vormocked Heavy.
Vormocked Heavy. So now what we're doing is we also, we kind of emphasize the stat cards, but there's a lot of things on there. The different attack conditions they have, their health according to threat, their movement speed, things you do on an attack and on defense. So there's all those things that come into play. But like I said, we're not going to go for stat, but it's very clearly written out on these nice big cards. So you have that in play. All right, so we have that. The Vortmont, he is also, this enemy gains a number of armor tokens equal to
the threat minus one.
So 2.
So it gains 2 armor tokens.
So he gets 2 armor tokens. You got him over there?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's not cool for us, though.
No, it gives him 2 extra hit points.
Okay, that gives him 2 extra hit points.
So one thing, Kyle, since Kyle's going to just go in there and murder this guy, he's not actually going to make a stealth check. There's no sense bogging the game down making stealth checks. So he's just going to let himself be seen.
All right.
When that happens, you pull this blip off, this enemy becomes surprised.
Okay, so while I'm moving in here, what does that mean when someone's surprised?
There is no actual penalties or anything to their stats, but some cards trigger off being surprised. Like if you look if you look here at your wetwork blade, you do extra damage against surprised enemies.
Yeah.
So you'll do 2 damage to this guy every time you hit him with that blade.
Yep, he's got bleed. So okay, so all right. So what we're gonna do is
before you get too far, let Hicks get in position to help you out. He'll take another movement action and step here, and he can help you out because he's got some support cards here.
Okay, so I get my automatic. I get my 3 dice for this.
Yep.
I get my 2 dice for my weapon, so I'm gonna get those 2. And I could discard. Let's say there was a card that I had that matched. I can discard tokens that help. I have all kinds of different types of little small things I can do. But I like my heavy dice. So what you got for me? I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and turn my weapon sideways so I can even get one of these black die. Now this black die will represent our focus tokens. These are things that you can discard to help rule checks. Checks and all that kind of stuff. But I don't need anything for right now. But I could potentially get a 3rd focus token.
Yep, correct.
Those are really, really good here. So let's just say on a future check, if I wanted to do a stealth bonus, I would discard one of these, and then I could upgrade my dice to make it a lot better and easier. All right, so I'm going to roll this, baby. What you got for me?
I can give you some help here.
What you got before I roll?
So I play a card here called I Know You're Scared, Son. We're all scared.
Oh, okay.
So this is a reaction to when another operative performs a check within 1 zone of me.
Yeah.
And it gives you a red and a black dice to that.
Ooh, okay. So I'm all right, here we go. Big rolls, baby.
Big roll.
Oh, yeah. All right, so what do we got? All right.
A lot.
Yeah, we got a lot. So we got 4, 6, 8.
4 is all you needed, so you hit them.
All right.
And now you do a number of damage equal to your weapon's damage value.
So my weapon damage value is 1.
But +1 because he's surprised.
+1 because he's surprised.
So
all right, so he does 2 damage.
So that will take off both of his armor tokens.
Yep.
And he still has 3 hit points left. Now, if we don't kill him before the enemy phase happens, he's going to trigger the alarm, so we got to make sure we kill him.
All right. So then I'm going to do that one more time, or do you have something you want to jump in and do?
Nope, I'm okay.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and swing with that blade one more time. Now this weapon, the ability of it, the actual little extra ability they have is gone, but I still can use it.
Correct.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll my 3 and 2 again. All right, boom. Do I have any cards I want to use? And that's the key here. You can start looking at cards. Make a non-attack. We don't need that.
Well, it gives you an extra white die.
Yeah, it does give me an extra white die. So I'm going to go ahead and play this one right in the face. Okay, right in the face. So I got to use this action here, and it says make a non-area attack that gains accuracy. And I believe accuracy you can hit who you want to hit.
Correct.
In a group, and then I deal +1 damage
if
I had an attack there. But I do have an extra die. Boom.
Yep.
Let me get busy. Let's do it.
Need a 4.
Big. I need a 4. Oh, I got a 4.
Got a 4.
I got your 4.
So you've done 2 more damage to him.
I've done 2 more damage
He's got
here.
1 left.
Ooh, do I want to get in there? I'm going to go ahead and leave it there a little bit for me.
Let's let Billy do some work here.
Okay, let Billy do some work.
Billy is got a lot to do over there.
All right, so Billy's going to go ahead and move in. Okay, Billy's going to move in, And Billy has night vision goggles. He can use this to after he fails a check to re-roll. So he's got that, but he's also got some range stuff. So I'm just going to give you an idea. He can shoot 1 to 3 range, and he'll make no noise. Okay, so that's a big thing in this game. Of course, noise is going to be something in the game. There are going to be blips that are moving around, but if you shoot and there's noise, you can have people start to get surprised and they come towards you. They start kind of deciding where they want to go. But he has a special attack that gains he has an attack with this weapon that gains accuracy, and at the end of his turn, if there's nobody in line of sight, there's no enemies in line of sight, he gets overwatch. So he's kind of like, he can watch somebody come down the hallway if anybody comes down this hallway. All right, but for right now, he is going to shoot, and he gets a lot of dice out the gate, baby. Four dice. 4 dice plus the 1 for the...
And you can use that attack token to make one of them a red.
Oh, yes I can, and we're going to do that. So we're going to do that, and then he's going to make one of these a red.
Yep.
All right.
Gotta get a 4. If you get him, he's dead.
We're going to make a splash. Oh my God!
Ooh, well.
Now it says I can use these night vision goggles used after failing an attack check to gain a reroll. And I can reroll one of these dice, right?
You can reroll any dice in the pool.
Oh,
and
boy.
you can't roll lower than a 1 on the red. Oh. So reroll that as well.
I can reroll this.
Yep.
All right.
And all the blanks. You can reroll
all the blanks?
As many dice as you want.
Ooh. Cheating myself playing.
Yeah. Oh, ouch. Ouch.
All right. Well, out of rolling, that's about the worst possible thing that can happen here.
Yeah.
But I'm going to not redeem myself. Why don't you go ahead and try to help me out, man?
Sure. Hicks can take a shot here.
Yeah, take a shot.
All right, Hicks take a shot. And he is going to roll 2 white dice for his attack and 1 for his weapon.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, that is all he's got. And I need to get 4 on 3 dice, which is not great. Hey, look at that. Hicks.
All right, cool.
Coming through.
Okay.
So that kills the heavy. Now, when you kill an enemy, you get a Valor token.
So some of those Valor tokens are going to be awards. They can give you health. They can give you an extra die, things like that. They're going to your pool over here, and anybody can use that on their turn. So basically, hey, this one right here gives you any one of the focus tokens. You can use that at any point in your turn. So there's some stuff going on in this board. Why don't you tell us a little about the escalation track, because it has to do with this stealth.
Correct. So the escalation track basically is the enemy's overall awareness of us being in their facility. So because we cut the power at the beginning of the mission, we started off with 2 tokens already on the track. However, how this works is now when the enemy phase comes around, any surprise tokens left on the board will flip over to their investigate side. And that's what the patrol blips move towards. And when a patrol blip or any enemy reaches a investigate token, that token goes up to the board. And then they just move on to the next investigate token. And as that board slowly fills up, you'll see that you will trigger additional patrols, and eventually an elite patrol, and eventually it will trigger the alarm.
So the yellow ones specifically are the ones that are going to be patrolling around. Like they're going to be going every turn here. And as they kind of follow the sound or just the general closest enemy, that's what they're looking for. Now, just because we're cramped for time, we're going to show you the other mode. But other things that are going on in here, you have your different weapons that you have. Those are going to be in those different decks. You have discovery of weapons, which can be human and alien tech-ish kind of stuff. You have things where you can disable things. You have sabotage. You have these crazy boss type enemies here, which are red, which we wouldn't get to, but they are part of this mission. And sometimes you're just trying to get the heck out of there. I mean, things come out of portals. There's all kinds of stuff here. We even have technicians that are watching the cameras. We can take them out, so we take out all the cameras. We have so much stuff in this kind of quiet, cut the wires, take everybody out. But I want to get to the run and gun mode of this game. So let's go ahead and get to the horde mode. All right, y'all, we are back, and as promised, we're going to have the horde mode. We are about to just straight up get into it. We are at our base. We got to protect it. There's going to be stuff coming from everywhere. Take it away, man. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so just like you said, this is base defense. We are trying to survive for 10 rounds until reinforcements can arrive. The enemies are going to be coming from all different directions, and there will be a series of waves that increase in frequency and in difficulty. And then if we survive for 10 rounds, we win. This mission does take place in the campaign, but there's also going to be a standalone mode that you can play just this if you want to.
Yes.
With a scoring system and everything.
Yes.
So, how it works is the blips will, like I said, be coming from different points on the board, and their objective actually is they'll fight us if they see us, but they're there to destroy our base. They're coming after the base divisions themselves, and if they get into these rooms and start attacking, they could destroy, damage our base, and that is bad for the campaign because they will damage it permanently. You won't be able to upgrade those divisions.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So how do they kind of like move around? Like I'm assuming they come out of these portals, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And so then they just kind of like not patrol anymore, like actually head towards spots.
They're moving directly towards the nearest base division. So like in this case, the Scilab would be the nearest one. This blip would come out here and move to here on the first round. Yeah. And the next round he would be in this room and he would be attacking. Yeah. So we need to get from our tactical command and get in position so we can stop that from happening.
Now hold up here. We got these maintenance workers. We got a maintenance worker, the guy that used to be watching the cameras, but we also have a soldier helper too.
Yep, we have
got
soldiers.
a soldier helper too.
Yep.
So that's something that you can use to help fight off. Now you remember when we were showing you the tactical version, you had these guys watching. Do they have a role in this one here? Now what are they?
They just represent like our scientists. They're just civilians, and they have no combat ability. But they can be killed by the enemy, which draws negative consequences for us.
These guys actually have a dice pool, so they're firing off. So that just shows you right there. There's a little bit of different elements here. So can you explain like the wave track? Because you said it's 10 rounds and stuff like that. What happens?
Yep. So you track the wave tracker here. We track the rounds at the top here with an investigate token, just moving it along as you go through the rounds. On the side here, it shows you the waves that spawn each round. So as you can see, it just gets worse and worse. They go from spawning at 2 different spawn points to spawning at all the spawn points to turning into red blips. It gets very bad. Also, during the enemy phase, what you do is you will resolve a threat event. And you do that by drawing the top card of the threat deck and just looking at the Overlord icon in the bottom corner to find out what happens. In this case, enemies would drop out of the vents. They're actually crawling through our ventilation shaft, and it would drop right on the board
here.
Spots
here.
Yeah, they would just drop right into out here, and we have more things to deal with.
Oh my God. Okay, so like aliens coming out of the ducts and stuff.
They're in the walls, man.
Yeah, they're in the walls, man. Game over. All right, dude, that's pretty slick, man. All right, so just like you said, they are infiltrating our base, fighting off waves. Now, they have a campaign element here, and I remember I was saying before about like you finish off these missions, you get different things. Well, you develop your base. So those are the actual places that you are trying to defend. Now, during the game, you're going to unlock some of these spots. You're going to be able to upgrade your breaching clears, your espionage, and they go up to level 2 based on what's on here, and that'll tell you kind of like the rewards you get at the end of your missions. Yep. But if you allow this to go sideways,
it could damage your base permanently, and then you won't be able to fully upgrade them.
Now, I'm not going to ruin all the mission stuff because, of course, that'd be too much spoilers, but I wanted to show you this Horde mode because it definitely presents a different element. You may not see it in other coverage. So with that, party people, thank you so much for coming up here, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Really appreciate it.
And thank you for your time. You know I can't tell you what to do with your money, but you definitely want to take a look at this Kickstarter if you are interested. And if you have any questions, you can get back to me. All right, folks, you have a wonderful day. You can ask questions in the comments below. Take care.